All right, Shalom. And I want to start off bringing all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachachotash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and elders, Greek Muslim, and salutations to you, Akim, that's out there listening, pushing forward this word with truth and sincerity, and you few Akwat as well, that's listening with sincerity. I'm the brother Machaya from the camp, GMS Montreal, coming back with another lesson. And wisdom will not dwell in a body that is subject to sin, okay? And I'm bringing this out in the sense of view of how that you have to take care of your body, man, okay? What you consume, you have to be mindful of the things that you put within your body when it comes to these foods, okay? Because we know that the food is polluted here, man, all right? And knowing that, man, you should try to, as best as you can, to get the best out of the worst, okay? Because what you eat also affects you, affects your vibration, you know what I'm saying, affects your mood, how you feel, okay? There's a saying how that your gut is your second brain. So if your gut is constantly is consuming, you know, foods that's full of preservatives, you know, highly processed foods, that's not good, man. It's not good for your gut, okay? You know, you have to seek the old way, man. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, let's start with that. Okay, that's what's important here. Old path. Jeremiah 6 and verse 16. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, stand ye in the way and see and ask for the old path. Where is the good way?" See, the old path is the good way. Okay? You know what I'm saying? How our forefathers used to live, that's how we're supposed to inspire to live, man. Okay, our forefathers, they lived off of the land. All right? They would be eating whole foods. Back then, they didn't have processed foods. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have no manufacturing places where they put all type of chemicals in their foods that they eat. No. Okay? Our forefathers, you know, they had land, they planted their food, and then they ate the food that they planted. Okay, of course now, you know, brothers don't have lands, we don't have a garden, but still, once again, you get the best out of the worst, man. Okay? You know, I have to apply this more too, you know, go shop at Whole Food stores. You know, when you want to get you meat, go to a butcher, which that's something I'm gonna have to implement, man, because, you know, the brother brought out the information, the head of our camp, the Pash, he sent a video in the chat of how that the ground beef from these supermarkets, you know, they're tampered with, man. Okay? You think you're eating ground beef, but this ground beef added with other meats. You know what I'm saying? And even the ground meat is not quality meat that they grinded. It's just like the leftovers and shit, man, with bones and shit. And they add a lot of water. Like, it's all type of messed up, bro. You know? And I be buying meat from these supermarkets, man. I know it tasted off too. Sometimes it be tasting rubbery and shit, man. But hey, fuck, man. We're in Babylon, man. But regardless, you shouldn't use, we're in Babylon. Well, you know, this is baby Babylon because we're here in Canada. But I'm saying in the sense of, like, you know, the system is run by, you know, America. But you get what I'm saying. You know, not for brothers to run, you say Babylon. No. Okay, but the point is, you can't use that as an excuse too, man, saying, you know, the wicked is ruling, man, the food's gonna be polluted, you know, I'm gonna eat whatever. No. Okay? Be wise. Let's finish this off. It says, "And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, they will not walk therein." Right? That's our people. They don't want to seek the old path, man. They like this new gen shit. Okay, they like the course of this world, Esau's way. They're engulfed in it. Nah, man, I swear, we're leaving off from that, man. Fuck Esau's way, man. It leads to death. We're seeing the repercussions. We're seeing the side effects. Or even if, we're seeing the side effects, and we see what's going to happen in the long run, man. Because we have foresight. Okay? But anyways, let's get this. In Wisdom of Solomon, the 1st chapter, and verse 4. It says, "For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin." You see, so if your body's subject unto sin, okay, wisdom is not going to dwell there, man. The Holy Spirit is not going to be dwelling in you, man. That's why it's important you take care of your temple. Okay? Because the more you're in a healthy state, the more course that the Spirit has to run through you, man. And you feel better too. When you eat right, you feel good, man. You know what I'm saying? Which, we slip and fall at times, man. Right? When we get certain, how do you call that? I don't want to say urges. You get certain, damn, what's the word, man? Damn. Yo, the word was just in my mind. I was just thinking about the word, man. We need new bodies, bro. We need new bodies. Oh, certain cravings. There we go. The water. You get certain cravings. Because, you've been here for so long. Ever since we came out the womb, we've been exposed to polluted food. And you get certain... I just said the word, I forgot it again. Damn. Yeah, you get certain cravings. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn and find the righteous way to deal with those cravings. Let's say you have a sweet tooth. Rather than going eating candy and ice cream, shit, eat some dates. Which dates are highly nutritious and they're sweet. Super sweet, man. See, that's a way, a healthy way of helping rather than going and eating candy and eating things that has ingredients in there that you can't even pronounce, man. I don't know, you get a craving for chips, buy some potatoes and cut them up, throw them in the oven. You know what I'm saying? Eat the potatoes, bro. Okay? What's the point of going in the grocery store getting some potato chips that has canola oil, all the preservative starch, which is not good for you, and you finish the whole bag. You know what I'm saying? Which, it does happen. I eat chips. But it's been a long time since I ate chips. But, you know what I'm saying? We try to stay away from those things, man. Okay? Things that could lead to what your body being polluted, man. Because the more and more you indulge in these things, man, it's going to be hard to stop eating them, man. Because, hey, Esau has made these foods highly addictive, bro. Fuck, man. Food is not supposed to be addictive like that, man. You're supposed to eat food to restore you, to gain energy. Okay? You don't eat food because you have an addiction, because you feel like it. You should be eating because you're hungry, bro. Really hungry. And sometimes the hunger pains that you get, it's not because you're hungry, it's because your body's accustomed to eating 5 times a day or whatever amount of times that you eat. That's why, man. So when it's that time of the day for you to eat, your stomach starts growling, but you're not even fucking hungry. So, and these people, they don't know the difference between being hungry and it's just your body craving because at this time you usually eat. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's messed up, man. But like we read, the body that is subject to sin, wisdom is not going to dwell there, man. That scriptures say, be separate, man. One of the ways you become separate is also, being mindful of what you eat, man. Okay, and you can take a page from Esau's book too. Esau being the so-called white man. Hey, these white people, man. Yeah, I'm saying, well, the vast majority of them, they're descendants of Edom. But the point being is, hey, they be living a healthy lifestyle. Okay? Yeah, I'm saying, not all of them, of course. You have your Edomite bums that be eating McDonald's and shit and garbage. But for the ones that's like, live in the suburbs or have a corporate job. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them. Of course, not all of them. But a lot of them that, they're living good in a sense, they take care of their health, man. You know what I'm saying? They be eating salads and shit. You know what I mean? They watch what they eat. Not all of them, okay? I'm saying not all of them, because I see them might start eating abomination. But I'm just saying, can I learn a page from the children of this world? Okay? Because some of them, they be eating healthy, bro. Okay? Especially the ones that are like up in age. They eat healthy, bro. They be doing exercise, going swimming, running, hiking, biking, and they're eating healthy. You know what I mean? So how much more us, who are the children of light, are we supposed to excel them, man? Because we're the standard of beauty. Remember that, man. Okay? We're supposed to excel and be better than these people. Okay? You can't let these people of the world outdo you. Okay? But anyways, let's get this 2 Corinthians 6 and verse 17. It says, Wherefore, come out from among them and be separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. See, don't touch the unclean thing, man. Don't let your body be subject to sin. Else the Lord will not receive you. Okay, else the Lord is not going to sup with you, man, because these foods, once again, they have an effect, man. All right? If you're eating garbage, and you're going to be less motivated, less sense to be in the spirit, you're going to be more tapped into the flesh and seeking ways to appease your flesh, man, your cravings. Now, your God has become what? Your belly has become your God now. Because you don't have control over your appetite, man. Hey, have control over your appetite. Okay? Don't let yourself be addicted to these foods, man. And if you find yourself you're addicted, go on a fast, bro. Pray to the Lord to strengthen you and go on a fast. Okay? If you fast for one day, it doesn't work, go on another one and pray. Okay? Because, hey, man, as time's going on, man, Esau is just more and more defiling the food, bro. And once again, you can't let that be an excuse of, oh, it's defiled, and then you're going to the grocery store, you're buying shit, not reading the ingredients. That's another thing, man. Read the ingredients. Okay? Yes, it's laborious, but hey, it's at the long run, it's better for your health. Read the ingredients, man. If there's something under you can't pronounce or there's too much ingredients while it's supposed to be a whole food, don't buy that shit. Okay? You know, I'm trying to give an example. You're buying orange juice. It's supposed to be orange. Go in there, there's all type of Zix. You know what I'm saying? Natural flavor, orange flavor. What the fuck is this? That's not juice. This is a chemical compound. You know what I mean? Okay? Me when I go to buy some shit, man, I get the shit with the least ingredient as possible. Okay? Which we know Esau prioritized shelf life over quality. So that's why he puts all these additives and preservatives in these foods to have longer shelf life so that he makes more profit, he makes more money, which is fucking completely stupid, man. That's destroying the people. Okay? I was thinking about something. Damn, what was the precept? Oh, let's get this in Ezekiel. The defiled bread. Bear with me. Okay. This is Ezekiel 4 and verse 13. Thus said, and the Lord. I'm going to start at verse 12. Ezekiel 4 and verse 12. It says, and thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with the dung that cometh out of man in their sight. And the Lord said, thus shall the children of Israel eat that defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. So the Lord told Ezekiel, to bake a barley cake and mix that shit with human feces, man. So it's basically representing what we'll be eating in these last days, man. Basically, we're eating shit. Which, Ezekiel pleaded, is that that's too much. Which the Lord told him, as you go on the chapter, do it with the cow's dung. But regardless, that's representative of what we're eating here today, man. Okay? We're basically eating human feces, man. Shit. Where the nutriments are stripped from these foods, man, to where you gotta buy supplements. It's fucked up, man. Our forefathers didn't have a fucking cabinet filled with supplements, magnesium, this, that. No, man. They will get the natural minerals and vitamins that they needed from the foods that they ate. But now, the fruit, the veggies, the shit that you buy, they lack those nutriments, man, to where you gotta buy supplements, bro. It's messed up, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, that's why we need to get out of here, bro. We need to get the fuck out of here, bro. Because like scripture say, if the Lord didn't shorten the days, man, no flesh would be saved, man. Yo, this devil just has to go, man. He's fucking shit up, bro. Okay? Well, let's finish up with this in 1 Corinthians 1 and verse, is it 1? No, it's 3. 1 Corinthians 3 and verse 16. It says, know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? Yeah, we're the temple of the Lord, man. And what? The Spirit dwells in us. All right? So, and when it came also to the ancient temple, it wasn't dirty. You're going to just bring anything up in the Lord's temple. Okay? It had to be clean animals. Okay? Even with individuals, not everybody could just come in the temple, man. You know, when it came to the Levites, if you wanted to do the service, let's say if you're missing one nut, you can't come up in there, man. If you had a blemish, you can't do the service of the Lord. You see? So the Lord had requirements. You had to present yourself a certain way when it came to coming to the temple and doing the service, bro. So the same thing applies with our body. If you want the Lord to deal with you, you got to take care of your temple. You got to be mindful of the things that you put inside. Okay? It says, if any man defile the temple of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, him shall the Most High destroy. For the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple ye are. You see? The Lord's temple is holy, meaning separate, clean. So you don't defile it with unclean things, man. And, you know, once again, we have a fault. You know, we fall sometimes. But what? Like it says, the righteous man falleth 7 times and getteth back up, man. You know, you do fall yourself, you know, indulging in some folly when it comes to these foods. Yes, it happens. It happens to me too. But you should be striving for perfection and not let it be a regular routine, man. Becoming your diet. Because diet goes into what? Way of life. Okay? Go more into whole foods, man. And learn to cook, bro. If you can't cook, fucking learn to cook, man. Okay? It's better to do your own cooking rather than eating out all the time, man. Because you don't know what these people, what type of ingredients to be using to cook their foods. You know? You should be making your food more than you're eating out. Which I know better circumstances, you know, some are better than others. But regardless, you try to find a way. Cook, man. You got YouTube, man. Find out some recipes, bro. You cook. That's what I'd be doing, bro. Found some recipes, I cook it. Make some meal prep, you know, for a few days. And then the other days I'll go eat out, whatever. But I try to eat more home-cooked foods than eating out, you know. Because, you know, sometimes you got shit going on. You got time to cook. But, you know how it is, man. But anyways, man, I'm going to close it up.